Everyone has a worry brain and a bravery brain. And this is something that I inevitably end up teaching every child who comes into my clinic. When they come, there's a lot of them that are experiencing anxiety. They don't feel safe in their bodies. They might be clumsy or uncoordinated. They might feel really unbalanced, like they might fall over when I put them on a swing. They might not like their feet up off the ground. They might not be able to use their eyes and their body together. So they're constantly tripping or falling off of things and being very shocked about what happens. Or maybe they struggle to get their bodies to do what they want them to do, and they can't figure out how to motor plan or coordinate a movement to execute it effectively. All of these things are contributing to them not having confidence in themselves, to having a fear of going out into the world and playing like the other kids play, and result in them staying close to mom, opting out of opportunities to engage with their peers on the playground, and really just shying away from anything that makes them feel nervous and uncomfortable when they have a body that doesn't work for them. So the first thing that I'll do is make them feel safe enough to try, right? And so we'll set up small doses of exposure to the different challenges that they might need to work on, whether it's, sitting on a swing that's really, really slow moving, or just starting to get some of their balance to kick in, or figuring out from the ground how to motor plan, lifting their legs up when they're holding onto a trapeze or something like that. And I will scaffold the skill. But even when the child starts to experience some success in the skill and they start to feel less anxious and nervous, there's still times where the anxiety gets in the way because the memory of all of those failures is so strong. And that's where the talk about their worry brain and their bravery brain comes in. Because all the time that I'm building the skill, I'm also building their confidence. I'm giving them feedback saying, wow, I loved how you lifted your legs to get over the edge of the ball pit. I loved how you pulled up really strong with your arms, to be able to do that jump and kick. I loved how you tried that, even though it was a little bit scary. You were so brave. So in that feedback, that very specific feedback about the pieces that they did right, they're learning how to use their bodies more efficiently, but they're also saying, hey, maybe I can do that. And that worry brain that was so big when they walked into the clinic that took over everything and made them choose not to participate is now starting to shrink, and their bravery brain is starting to grow. They're starting to get confidence. They're starting to feel like, hey, maybe it's not impossible. Maybe I can do this and move past my fear. And when that starts to happen, when there is space for that bravery brain to grow because the child has actually experienced their body working for them, then when we're in an activity where I know that the child has the skills to succeed when they didn't before the first day that they walked into the clinic, I will always tell them, you know what? Your worry brain is making you not do well. Because sometimes what happens is, even if we have a skill, that skill gets blocked by our anxiety. And if you've ever taken a test and had this happen to you, or if you've ever had stage fright and had this happen to you, you know that the information you thought you memorized for the test goes right out of your head when the anxiety kicked in, or the lines that you had memorized and practiced so much at home seem to go right out of your head once you get on stage and you see all those people sitting in the audience. Anxiety blocks your ability to access skill. So we don't want the worry brain to be in charge, because then the bravery brain can't show off everything that the body can do. So I teach the kids that their worry brain is taking over, and I know that those skills are inside of them. I believe in them, and we just need to give them space and time to get ready. And usually the tools that I'll use involve some sort of rhythm, pressure, respiration, things that I know actually decrease stress in the nervous system and decrease cortisol levels so that a child can move out of that anxiety and into recovery. So if I have to swing on the swing for 5 minutes until they tell me that they're ready to actually do the jump off, that's what we're going to do. But the entire time I'm saying, nope, your bravery, the reason that you couldn't do that jump, don't get frustrated. The reason you couldn't do that jump is not because you're not good enough, not because your body can't do it. It's because your worry brain got in the way. And when we start having that conversation, we can say, I know that you can do it. You need to tell that worry brain that you don't need it and use your bravery brain to be able to do this activity because it's inside of you. We've seen you do it before. We know you can do it again. Let's see your bravery brain. I don't want to see that worry brain anymore. And I have to tell you, the number of kids that respond to me talking about their worry brain actually getting in the way of their success has been so positive. There's too many kids to count, and they actually start talking about it. And you can use that language with your child when you're helping them move beyond their fears and step into their bravery to go out into the world to try things that are hard for them or try things that were hard for them, but now have gotten easier. And even if they're not always successful, you can always help them see that it's not them that is holding them back. It's their worry and their fears. And it is possible to shift into your bravery brain, to see yourself doing well, to close your eyes and see your body jumping off the swing and landing it. Close your eyes and see yourself reading that book that's really hard for you. Close your eyes and see yourself going down that slide for the first time when it's the biggest slide on the playground. I want you to see yourself achieving and accomplishing the goal. Visualize success, and that sends the message to the child's body to execute the skill. This is something that has been proven over and over again in the world of neuroscience, the power of visualization, the power to enact and engage skills by using visualization to see yourself doing well. These are all strategies that top performers and athletes use all the time to be really good at what they do. And that is the power of the bravery brain. The bravery brain knows how to visualize success and not see failure, not see yourself falling, not see yourself being a bad reader. That's the job of the worry brain. We don't need the worry brain when we know that the skill is in there. We need the bravery brain to step up more often and put that worry brain in the back seat so that children can experience a sense of empowerment and success, but also control over their fears to master themselves, master their body, and go out confidently into the world. So next time your child's fears are taking over, talk to them about their worry brain and also talk to them about their bravery brain and how they can use it to visualize themselves doing well. And make sure on the back end, you catch them in their success and you keep encouraging them to succeed.